Hi bakers, I'm Sally, and today I'm showing you how to make lemon blueberry babka. A homemade blueberry filling is swirled into a rich lemon-hinted yeast dough and topped with buttery brown sugar crumbles. A drizzle of lemon icing is the perfect finishing touch. This bakery favorite bread looks impressive, but is completely doable in your home kitchen. I'll show you how. To make the dough, start by proofing your yeast. Whisk it together with some warm milk and a tablespoon of sugar. Cover it and allow it to sit for 5 minutes until foamy and frothy on top. When that's ready, go ahead and add the remaining sugar, butter, lemon zest, egg, vanilla, salt, and about 1 cup of flour. Beat on low speed for 30 seconds. Stop the mixer and scrape down the sides of the bowl with a silicone spatula and then add another cup of flour. Beat on medium speed until relatively incorporated. It's okay if there are still chunks of butter. Scrape down the sides of the bowl again. Add half a cup of flour and beat on medium speed until the dough begins to come together. As the mixer runs, add another 2 to 4 tablespoons of flour depending on how wet the dough looks. This is a very soft and creamy dough. When the dough is pulling away from the sides of the bowl, it's time to knead it. If your mixer has a dough hook attachment, you can keep the dough in the mixer and beat on low speed for an additional 6 to 8 full minutes, or knead the dough by hand on a lightly floured surface. If the dough becomes too sticky during the kneading process, sprinkle some flour on the dough and keep kneading to make a soft, slightly tacky dough. Do not add more flour than you need because you do not want a dry dough. Place the dough in a lightly greased bowl, cover the bowl tightly, and allow the dough to rise until nearly double in size, about 3 to 4 hours. While that's rising, you can go ahead and make the blueberry filling. In a small saucepan over medium heat, combine fresh blueberries, sugar, and lemon juice. Stir constantly, pressing the blueberries against the side of the pan to pop them. Once the blueberries are mostly smashed and the sugar has dissolved, stop stirring and allow it to come to a boil. Let boil, stirring occasionally until the mixture is slightly reduced, about 10 minutes. Remove from heat and allow it to cool completely. The blueberry filling will thicken as it cools. When your dough has risen, it's time to fill and shape the babka. Start by punching down the dough to release the air. Then roll the dough out into a 9 by 15 inch rectangle. Spread the blueberry filling on top, leaving about a 1/2 inch border around the edges. Next, roll up the dough to form a 15-inch long log. Place the log on its seam, then fold it in half and twist it to form a figure 8. Pinch the ends together and place it in a greased loaf pan. Lightly cover the babka and let it rise until it's nice and puffy and nearly reaches the top of the loaf pan, about 1 to 1.5 hours. While your bread is having its second rise, you can make the crumb topping. Mix together brown sugar and flour in a small bowl. Add cold butter and using a pastry cutter, fork, or your fingers, cut the butter into the brown sugar mixture until pea-sized crumble forms. Refrigerate or freeze the crumb topping until you're ready to use it. When it's time to bake, brush the surface of the babka with egg white. You'll then use a toothpick to poke 10 to 12 holes all over the top of the loaf. This helps prevent an air bubble gap in the interior layers. Sprinkle the cold crumb topping over the babka. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 minutes. The surface of the bread browns quickly, so I recommend loosely tenting the pan with aluminum foil around the 30-minute mark. When it's fully baked, the bread should be golden brown on top. Remove from the oven and allow the bread to cool in the pan for at least 30 minutes before icing, slicing, and serving. If you'd like to top your babka with an optional lemon icing, simply whisk together confectioner's sugar, lemon juice, and milk. This easy icing tastes incredible drizzled over the top of the lemon blueberry babka. Now comes the best part, slicing into your loaf and seeing all of those beautiful blueberry swirls. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel inspired to try a new baking recipe today. Head over to my website for the full written recipe and all of my success tips. You can also ask a question right there on the recipe page, and my team and I will be happy to answer.